Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian indices, and starting with the ASX 200 here. In this particular pattern that we're looking at here, I'm quite sure that this particular move up through here is a wave 4, and I have altered it a little bit. We had it as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here. But when I look on the cash market, this little move in here has definitely got 3 waves in it. In this structure here on this market, you could count it as 5 or 3. So I'm going to take the cash market on it, so that would make that an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here on the cash market, and then we're looking for 5 waves up through to here. Now, as I mentioned before, is that we would look to go along with this market if we had support on 6,200. So support means that we first of all need the first high above the level, so we need this. We've had the arrival, and we've had the reaction, which is here, and now we need the first high above the level, and this is always in 5 waves. Once that drops here, it would normally get a bounce back up. It doesn't mean that it's bullish or bearish, and then a move back down. So we'll have these reference points here. So that's what we're waiting on for the long side here. So over the next session or two, we should see the market push up through here, but then fold back and give us those reference points here. When I look at a lot of the sectors, which I won't do at the moment, but if you look at them on a daily chart, you can really see that this is a wave 4 here because of the strong third wave down. Yes, it's still 3 waves down, and yes, it can be corrected with an A and a B and a C wave here. And if it is a C wave here, then we're likely to move up into this space here, which is the 50 and the 60% retracement level from this high here. And then I would still probably be cautious and look at this over here at as an A wave over here and a B wave over to here at this stage. So it is a little bit complex, and I haven't found a way out just yet, but it does appear that this move down through here is bearish. So I just need to give it a little bit more time. So let's just have a look at it on the hourly chart here. I know it's a little bit complicated, a bit messy, but let's just work through this. So we've got an A wave up to here, and now we're calling this ABC here an A wave, and we're looking at all this as a B wave here, and then a C wave down through to here. So on the cash market, like I mentioned, you have a look on a 15-minute chart or something, you'll see that this is in 3 waves here and a clear 5-wave structure here. So we're looking for 5 waves up through to here. And yeah, so really I can see that we'll be pushing higher today. However, we want that top to come into play, and then we want it to fold back. Okay, so I've got this as the pullback area through here. Now, when we get up through here, my thinking is that we're going to be coming down here further, but we could move up from here and head up to that B wave here. And if that's going to be the case, well, then we'll be long on this second high here, not the top here, but this second high here. That may even be a little bit lower from there. So we still need another session for this to play out here and resolve itself here. As always, because we're working the levels as well, we've got 100, 200, then 300. They are all minor group 1, 2, and 3, and then we have subgroup 1 here. So we have 10, 20, and 30 here. If this market here develops support on top of 30 here, 62.30, you can fine tune that in a bit, a nice tested support on that, then we could go, that means it would be wrong and would need to be long from that point. But that support coming in here would be a move up into this space, into the 30, coming back here, then there would be a 3-wave move back that can come to 2 or 1.5, and then move up there. So you would have that same setup sitting on top of this 30 here. So if I'm wrong, then look for that pattern here on 62.30. Okay, moving into China and Hong Kong. So with China here, we're looking at, from wave 4 here, we're looking at wave 5 to the downside here. And I'm looking at this as wave 3 or wave C here. So if it's wave C, we have a low in place here. If it's wave 3 here, then we'll be looking for an ABC correction back up here for, if I can just copy that text there for a moment, as a wave 4 here. And then that would pull up to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree back up into this space here. Now currently what we have here off the low here is we have 5 waves up here, which we can call an A wave or wave 1, wave 2 or wave B, and now the market's moved up here. So we're looking at a 50-60% retracement level for a buying opportunity, and we took that because we had a clear 5 wave structure here, and we look to buy here and also on these tops here. Now the risk here is at the moment, if I can just go into a 1 hour chart and look at this here for a moment. The risk is here we saw 5 waves up here. We'll looking to come back to buy here and buying off these highs here. I just tuned that up because we had the first high above the level here and back, and then taking that high out here. But what I want to point out here is this move up through here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. It may be finished, it may not. I have to pull that little bit apart there, but I do see 5 waves here, and it has pulled back to the 61.8% retracement level here. So it's going to stall here. It can do a few things here. The first one is the 38.2% retracement level. So let's just see how this vibrates in here and see what sort of pattern we get here, because it could be construed as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. I don't think that's the case, and the reason I don't think that's the case because with corrections, it's normally the A wave which is the sharp one, but in this case here we can see that this wave here, if we called it wave C, that would be the sharp one, wouldn't it? So it's normally the opposite for that. So it's highly likely that this is the beginning of a third wave coming up through here. And if that's the case, then it could actually pull back lower from here as well with this. I think it's always good to compare Hong Kong with this as well. So look, I think it's okay if you wanted to take some profit here. Part profit would be probably the better thing to do at this stage. So I'll just move that into this space here and give you something to think about there. I do think it's more bullish than this, but you know, we did call this as an A wave and a wave 1 and a B and a wave 2 and a buying opportunity here and a buying opportunity on this high, refining it to this high. This would be our target area. This is wave C here. So that can be it at that particular point. Let's take a look at Hong Kong. It's always good to compare them. So in this particular instance here, we've had the same thing happen here as well. We've been on the short side here, so we don't need these here anymore. So I'll just take that over here. We'll keep those. And this, if I stretch this across here, that will be the 61.8% retracement level from, you can tune that in a bit better than I can, a bit more time, but that's about right there. The thing here though is that this little move up here is in 5 waves as well, the same as we saw for China, but in this particular case it hasn't taken out the top here. So in this case we're likely to see an ABC pullback in here. So if I can just stretch that up a little bit, take that low here, that high here. Once again, you can tune these things in a little bit better. I just got to keep things moving a little bit. So that's our 61.8% retracement level here. So we'll look at this on the hourly chart. So it's likely for this to pull back here in 3 waves here, and then move up from that point there. So yeah, so let's just have a look at this on the hourly chart here. So in this case here, we also noted the 5 waves up through here. We were long here. we had the stop under here. We moved the stop up. We didn't want to move the stop too close up, did we? So we want to keep it out of the way. It's safe, but we wanted to take part profit here and accommodate that here, but also look to go long again on the breaking of this here. So we should be long here now. With skin in the game here and skin in the game here, another position here. So this stop here now can be, let's just, it does appear like we've got a nice 5 waves here. There can be, looks like there's another little move to the upside here, but let's just take this top here for the time being and this low here, and you can adjust this as you need to. So I've got this upside down, but we'll take the 38.2 there. That will be the 61.8%. So we don't want to put the stop anywhere near that there. We'd have to keep the stop under that. We can go higher here. We can go into this space here, and I'll just leave it there for the time being. If you do want to get back into this, let's just say that I need to figure this out in here. I can see this is certainly 1 and 2 in here, 3 here and 4 here. I just don't know if this is all 4 here and that's 5 here and there's a top in play here. But one way or another, we're going to see some type of ABC correction. And it doesn't have to pull all the way back down here, especially when we've got, copy that, when we've got 27 here. It's probably likely on there. So that would actually give us, if I can just squash this up here, copy that. So we can go on that high here again, okay? So we'll look at this up for 1, ABC back for 2, could pull back to here, and then move up. You might be able to get a better position than that. I'm just creating the skeleton of working through this trend to the upside here and building, but being, keeping it safe. Yes, so this would also be 1 and 2 here and 3 here, somewhere in there. I have to check, probably there somewhere, 4 and 5. I'd be thinking something like that. The length of this here will be the length of this one over here. So, and this would be the upside target. We always see 8 as a profit-taking number, so we would see 27,800 as a small profit-taking area, and this one here. But we might just stay long in this. Just go to the 4-hour chart here. I mean, because if we're at the 28 here, for example, or 27.8 here, would be above the 61.8% mark here. So, and if that's 1 and 2 here, and 3 coming up here, and 4 here, and 5 here, then it's more likely that we're going to be bullish from this point. So, yeah, and even so, even if it was a wave 3 here, it would still be coming back up to the wave 4 here. So, but let's see. I mean, that at that point it makes it an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the C wave to here. So it can be the wave 4. But anyway, look, let's just trade it up to the 28, and then we'll chill out at that point. And the next one is Japan. So we've got this right here, and it's looking fantastic. So we're looking at this being a wave 4 here. I mean, that's kind of debatable. I need to go back and check the bigger picture on that one. But this here is wave 1, ABC for wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. So as I mentioned before, this is the third of the third of the third. So in Elliott terms, we would see a really strong push from this into this third wave here. This is the third of the third of the third here. This should be the most powerful point in the structure that we're looking at here. And because in terms of the trading levels, we're looking at, we've got support on 23 here. So naturally we straight away go to the next Fibonacci number. So, from 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 8. So we will we'll have a strong move up to the 25. So if you're long in this, that's fantastic. Stay long. And this is our target area here. Once we've done the third wave here, then all the wind's been taken out of the sails in one regard, and then we would see a series of waves, wave 4s and 5s coming into play. So yeah, so there'll be more churning at that stage, but looking good at this point. Let's just go into the 4-hour chart here. So yeah, wave 2 here, wave 2 here, and I think we need to really go in a little bit further here now. So just, we're on the hourly chart before, so we're looking at, last time we spoke, I'll just clean this up, we're looking for a little wave, blue wave 4 pullback, and we're going to buy that. So that's just landed right on there, so that's good. We've done good. So wave 4 here, clean these up, looking at going long on that high there, wherever that was. So that was on there. So we should have 2 long positions in there at the moment, which is all good. We can move this stop up into here somewhere, just for the time being, till I can think. It looks like that this is wave 1 and 2 here, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not finished here, so a third wave up to here, 4th wave pulling back to the 4th wave of 1 lesser degree in here somewhere, and then the 5th wave up here. Okay, so that would leave us with wave 5 here, wave 3 here, and wave 4 really extending out in such a nice structure. And we've got to be careful because wave 1 was really short, so we'll leave that just taking the high out here. So well, let's get that wave 3 top in here, but that wave 4 can pull back to not normally the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. It normally comes in on the top of wave 3 here, or as Proctor would say, sometimes it would come back into the bottom of wave 2 here on this. But as always, it's good to follow the structure. But let's just have a look here from wave 2 here to here. So yeah, right into this space here. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there. All right, so we'll see that. But I don't think there's much else we need to talk about in this one here. So I mean, if you're in here and you want to, then I think taking part profit at the 24 here. I mean, there's much further to go up. So what I'll do with the stop, if I remember, is just to leave it to accommodate this pullback in here, and we'll use this pullback to buy again. But let's just take a little bit of profit within that. Let's take part profit here, whatever you think's cool, and then we'll look to buy back in on this wave 4 here. So like that. Okay, that makes a bit more sense, doesn't it? At least we're sort of working the trade. I mean, if we're looking at it, we might as well be working at it. If we're not looking at it, well, we don't need to work it. Okay, and the next one is India, the Nifty. So on the 4-hour chart here, I'll just go back to the daily chart here, just because there's always new folks looking. So in the bigger picture, this wave 4 here, we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3 here, wave 4 here, and we're going up into wave 5, okay? So in wave 5, we're looking at wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and all the way up for wave 3 here. And we looked at wave 4 here. We know that wave 4 is complicated. or can be complicated, especially when wave 2 is simple. So I was a bit curious to think that the move down here may not be the wave 4. We may get a move up and then back and a wave 4, and that's what's occurred. So just going back to the fourth, going back to this here now for a second, just bear with me and I'll just get this on screen. So yes, we had this as an A and a B and a C wave here for wave 4, and we thought we'd just cruise on all the way up here. We did trade up through here, so that's fine. Now, the other point was that we could have wave 4 over here, so all the move down here's an A wave, our target area here for our B wave, and then 5 waves down for our C wave here. And obviously that appears to be the case here now, so I'll just shapen this up while we're here. Don't need these guys here. So this becomes wave C here, this is the A wave here, the B wave over here, and if I could just redraw this a little bit here while I'm here with this, just to get this into play here. A C wave's always got 5 waves in it, so I can see that the move down from here to here is in 5 waves, so it's 1 and 2 to here, so this will be 3 to here, and 4 and then 5 into here. So on this trend line, wave 4 normally breaks the trend line, so we can expect that to be broken. We are pushing the boundaries of the 38.2% retracement level here. This is roughly the 38.2% retracement level here. So we won't be going too far down, but at the same time, I know that, where's that wave? Might have to reshape that, but anyway, we still need 5 waves to come down through to here. I'll just save that. I'll just remove these guys here. I'll just convert that one to wave 5. We probably need him a little bit later. Save that. You can shape in this trend channel up too. Let's do that in your own time. And the hourly chart here. So we look to go long here and long here. We moved the stop up into this space here, and we took part profit here, and we've been stopped out over here. So I felt we did all the right things, because if we'd gotten support here, we would have had some pocket money here, and we would have been sort of we could have loaded up more over this side, but then the breaks. So it does appear that from here we got 1 and 2, a nice strong 3rd wave down to here, some 4th wave in amongst all of this, and the 5th wave here, or even to here, an A and a B and a C or something, or up to here. So it looks like we've got wave 1 and 2 here. This wave 3 here, it's a little bit odd really, because this wave 1 is quite long here, and this wave 3 here is quite short, so we may end up coming down further than anticipated here. So we'll just observe this for a while. I'll just have this is the last video one, I'll just have a look on the tick chart here, see if I can. I'll do this my own time, I'll get back to you on this one, but I just don't think it's over just yet. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Cheers.